Welcome back, physics fans. Welcome back. We are doing our live check-in, guys. So, as you know, today is Friday. So I've reached out to some parents and guardians, letting them know, those of you who haven't finished your assignments yet, letting them know that we are in the 0 hour. Guys, Friday, it is the due date. It's the due date. So I see a lot of you guys have finished. I made some contacts the other day to some parents. They got back to me, and it seemed to be effective for a lot of people because work is getting done. That's good because today's the due date. But still, there's a few people who haven't finished yet. So just want to make you aware, today is Friday. Your work should be completed for this week. So if you have not finished your work yet, get it done, guys. As I mentioned in my previous check-ins, my previous videos, you know, the school wants all your assignments posted for the whole week by Sunday and have them due on Friday. So that's the expectation. In my last check-in yesterday, my last video, we talked a little bit about the, hey, there he is. He's alive. He's alive. Anyways, he's alive. What are you doing? Work meeting. He's got a work meeting. So everyone's working online. I'm working online. I just got through doing some lesson planning for you guys. Getting some assignments ready for next week. So remember, by Sunday, 5 p.m., your assignments will be up. And so check that out, guys. A whole new strand of assignments are going to be posted. So please check that out. And your assignments for this week are due today. So get them done, get them done. Last video, I spent the whole, well, not the whole check-in. We got a little distracted. My son has learned about South Africa. We had some interesting conversations about a country in South Africa. So if you missed that, check out that video from yesterday. We also talked a little bit about friendship because my daughter had an assignment about friendship. So we're keeping things lively here. But we did talk about procrastination and Parkinson's law and the fact that you guys have a full week to do your work. And Parkinson's law states that given a certain amount of time to do work, people tend to stretch out the work for the entire time. So that means an assignment that could take you maybe 30 minutes takes you all week to do because you get distracted, you push it off, you wait till the last second. And as I've been checking my Google Classroom each and every day, and checked it this morning, I see some people are still waiting to the last second. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the last second is here. Today is Friday, and just a friendly reminder, your assignments are due today. Posted earlier this week, due today. So technically you had a full week to do it. We're down to the last minute here, guys. So get them done. Get them done. So that's a reminder. I wanted to hit that. That's a reminder. So a couple things for today's check-in, guys. Couple things. One, we had a topic brought by Brandon yesterday called boredom. Those of you who are on track doing all your work may find yourself in the strange predicament. See, some of you aren't in this. Some of you are waiting till the last minute, so you're in the opposite predicament. You're stressed out because you put everything else to the last minute. But some people have the opposite predicament. They've planned their time accordingly. See, yesterday we talked about that, some strategies you could use. We said most important thing to do is plan your time out. Plan your time out. Do a subject a day, get it done each day, or plan it out. I got Solora. Hey, what's up, Solora? Where are you at? You're hiding. So it's a little lively here, people moving around, but it's all good. Jose, what's up, my man? What's up? So we talked yesterday about strategies you could use, right? Because you got to be responsible and plan your workout for the week. So do a subject a day or dedicate a short amount of time each day to each subject. but don't wait till the last minute, guys. So people do not plan to fail, but fail to plan. So if you're not planning out your week, your schedule, I do it, guys. Now that I have to work from home, I got a schedule on my phone when my meetings are. We have meetings. I had some IEP meetings this week. I had 2 meetings I had to do. I had to plan it on my phone, when to attend those. I got a content meeting coming up next week. So guys, I got to keep track. I got to keep track of that stuff. So keep track of your assignments. Now, the easy thing for you guys is all your assignments are actually going to be due on Friday for all your classes. But the tough part is you're going to have to figure out what that means for you. As Jose just commented, you could do all the work on one day. If you feel like getting it all done, then you have the whole week to yourself. Or you could do one subject a day, or you could split it out and do a little bit of each subject each day. But please don't wait till the last second. Now, if you're someone like Jose, who did all your work, or Brandon, who brought this up last time we were together, he said, well, I did all my work. Now the issue is not that I have so much work to do. The issue is boredom. So what do we do now? What do we do, guys? Let's talk about that. We said we're going to talk about that topic, boredom, today. What are we doing in the Corona season we're in, guys? It is crazy. We're all locked in. Let me show you what my daughter's doing right now. What are you doing?
I'm planting seeds.
You're planting seeds? What kind of seeds?
I'm planting flower seeds.
Ooh, what kind?
Moonflower.
Moonflower. Did they come from the moon? Did you get those seeds from the moon? Why are they called moonflowers? That's a good question.
Because they look like the moon or something.
Because they look like the moon? Maybe because they look like the moon. Guys, you got to look that up for me. Why are moonflowers called moonflowers? Yesterday, I had Brandon online looking up all sorts of information. Actually, he said he had a textbook. He was borrowing his sister's textbook to help him out about learning some information about a country in South Africa, which I can't remember how to pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. So, guys, talking about boredom, what can we do? Well, you could look up random information for me, Mr. Hubeny. Why are moonflowers called moonflowers? But that brings up a good point. Being bored, what can you do? What can you do? Well, they're planting flowers inside. They're planting flowers in little pots inside. That's cool. But maybe you don't have flower seeds. So what do? Well, you could still go out, Jose said, right? So Jose said you could still go out. So some people, you have maybe a yard, or you live in an area where you can walk around and it's not a big problem because you're not congested. But some people live in a small apartment or in an area that's very congested, that if you go out, you're going to be just around everything, and it's not really going to be a good situation in terms of being safe in this season of trying to prevent spreading or any sort of possibility to spread or contaminate due to this virus. So go out is always a thing. Going out, if you could do it. Now, the mayor, and the governor, they don't want large gatherings of people inside or outside. They made that point. But they didn't necessarily say you can't go out. In fact, as far as I know, last time I heard, the parks are still open. Now, they close playgrounds, right? Kids can't go to playgrounds. Why is that? Because too close quarters, right? It's too close quarters. Playgrounds are fenced in, and kids, they're not very careful. They're going to be next to each other, and it's going to increase the possibility of spreading a virus if any of them had that coronavirus. So they closed playgrounds, but the parks are still open in that, the field. You could go take a walk around the fields, the parks, things like that. So that is a good idea, Jose, and that is something you probably need to do for your own health, because our bodies require sunlight. Today's a sunny day. Vitamin D from the sun, it's important for your body, and it's important for your mood. So just getting outside, as Jose suggested, even if it's just for a few minutes, Even if you can't go outside, but you could just open your window and just breathe some air from outside or feel the sunlight coming in from the window. That might be a good thing for you to do each day. So I do recommend, as Jose suggested, you go outside a little bit. But again, you got to be careful because depending on where you live, if you live in an apartment and there's not like a courtyard or an area you could go out, and you go out into the street and for some reason there's a bunch of people in the street, which technically shouldn't happen right now, but there may be, that's going to put you in danger of, right, getting possibly exposed to someone who's sick. So you got to use caution. But as Jose said, fresh air, as he just said, going outside is a good thing. And it's kind of a lost art these days because people aren't going outside as much anymore. Why is that? Because instead of going out, we're all on our devices playing games, browsing videos, checking out Instagram feeds and TikTok videos and things like that. So people no longer feel the need to do anything because they're instantly entertained. They pull out their phone and at the touch of a button, they have 1,000 different things coming at them to entertain them. So we've kind of lost the art of exploring, the art of getting outside, getting that fresh air. So that is one suggestion you can do, and I highly recommend fresh air, going outside, getting out from your house. But again, of course, use your wisdom with that, follow all the precautions with that, social distancing and following the rules. You can't go to playgrounds, things like that. So you have to use some caution with that these days, but hopefully go out and get outside for a little bit and it'll make you feel better. Okay. And on that note, exercise. What can we do to get rid of boredom? So we mentioned go outside, get some fresh air if possible. Use your safety precautions when doing that to stay safe. Mushki, you could exercise. Now you could do this outdoors or you could do this right from inside your apartment or home. You can exercise. Now maybe some of you haven't ever exercised before. You don't know what to do. Well, like I just mentioned, at the touch of a button, you have a wealth of information. That's the beautiful thing. Imagine if this coronavirus situation happened 20, 30 years ago, before the internet was as advanced as it is now, before sites like YouTube became, as established as they are now. You would really be bored, right? You would really be bored because you would really, well, let's think about that. It would force you to be creative. It would force you to do things like this, right? Planting from home or figuring out stuff to do. One of my other daughters did this interesting thing. She had some clay and she started making clay figures of our family. I don't know where they are. I would show you. But she started making clay figures of the family. I don't know where they are. No clay figures around? Maybe I'll show you some if we could figure out where they are. But so they're just getting creative. They're doing their schoolwork, just like you guys. And like Brandon said yesterday, oh, I finished all my schoolwork. Now what? Well, now you can get creative. So imagine time if there was no internet. You would have to do things like these guys are doing. Now they're little, so they don't have the internet. They don't have phones and devices. So you can see the ones without phones, right? They're getting creative. They're planting. They're making clay art. They're drawing and things like that. So being creative. Now's your chance to be creative. Okay, if you're so shut up on your device and all you're doing is staring at a screen, that's going to get boring after a while. And I think that's what Brandon might be talking about. So here's some of, oh man. So here's some of the examples of what she made. This was from clay. So she made some clay figures. Okay, so here's a couple of them. So she has not been bored because she's been being creative and making these cool little things. And so we have not heard her complain once about being bored. And things are going on for her. Is the dog there still? Show the dog.
Okay.
I love the dog. The dog's great. The ear came off?
Yeah.
The bacon, you gotta figure out the bacon thing. So she baked them in the oven to make them harder, but that was a little tricky. What's up, Thomas? Because when they baked them, I guess they got brittle or something. So she got to master the bacon thing.
To bake them really low temperature for like an hour.
What's the really low temperature? She did 175.
I think it's like 150. It's like really
I don't know.
I have
It said to put it on 2.
I don't know. So she was trying to follow directions to bake them, but it kind of broke. But this is cool. This is our dog. You remember Oreo? You guys seen Oreo in my other videos. This is Oreo, our dog. Thank you, Soraya. So getting creative, guys. Getting creative. So a lot of times, having this technology is a good thing, but also a bad thing, because what's happening is you guys are just shut at home, staring at your phones, and that gets boring after a while. I think that's what Brandon was talking about yesterday. It's like, how many videos can I watch of people playing video games? I never understood that, but apparently, like, one of the number one things on YouTube is watching other people play video games. I don't know what the appeal is. But anyways, so that's a popular thing. But how many videos of that can you watch? Or how many video games can you play, right? You keep playing video games after a while, it's going to get boring, because guys, we're doing this for like at least another month, right? They've talked about it. The governor, extended it, I think, till May 4th, right? So we got like another month. We got April to go through, and you got April vacation, where you're not even going to have assignments from your teachers during April vacation, so you won't even have schoolwork to do. So you really got to try to figure out this boredom piece. So we suggested going outside, right? If you're stuck on, guys, you could feel free to talk. It's okay. No one cares. Guys, you care if they're talking? See, they said they don't care if you're talking. They're fine with that. My wife is so scared right now. She's like, he's online and the students are very focused and concentrating. Come on, guys. We know how you all focus. Half of you guys are probably playing a video game while you're watching this anyways. But so she's like, but look at him going crazy over here. Look at them. They're trying to. So we brought out, where is it? So we brought out these old seeds that we just found around the house, and they're just going to plant them in these little cups or egg carton. Let me see the egg carton. So they just took like an old egg carton, they cut it, and they're going to fill it with dirt. Now it's special dirt. They got potting mix, but it's going to fill it with dirt, and they're going to go ahead.
If you look by the window, we have some.
And they're planting. If we look by the window, okay, I'm going to come by the window. Watermelon plants growing. Let's check this out, guys. So I don't know if you could see this, but yeah, here's what we got going so far. And over here is the watermelon plants. I don't know if you could see those growing. Those are actually watermelon plants growing, and it's just growing in our windowsill. And what are you going to do with a watermelon plant on your windowsill? I have no idea, but the point is we're just doing things to keep busy, guys. And that's what you need to do to combat boredom. Jose's eating while he's watching this. See, you're getting your lunch on. I got to get my lunch on later, but that's all good. So what are you doing to combat boredom? We're just doing anything we can. We're finding old seeds. We're planting them in egg cartons, and we're going to watch them grow. And will the watermelon plant become an actual watermelon plant? Right now it's a little sprout. We don't know. We're just doing things just to try things. Now's the time for you guys to try things. So we mentioned going outside if you can, but we mentioned exercise. Guys, many of you probably never exercised much or at all before. And now's your chance. If you finish your work, your schoolwork, and you're bored, and you're tired of watching videos of trick shots live streaming, playing Fortnite, and you are tired of playing Fortnite yourself because it's just the same thing over and over, and you're just carrying your team, now's time to do things that you've never tried before. Exercise. Well, if you don't know how to exercise, guys, this is going to be helpful now. Not to just use to watch video after video of nonsense, but you could look up an exercises you could do at home.
There's tons of free trials.
And well, there's free stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't even need to, so there's like millions of videos on YouTube of exercises, right? And you can look it up and find exercises and go ahead and exercise. And scientifically, being a science teacher, I could tell you there's factual scientific data that exercise releases some hormones in your body that actually help your mood feel better. So you're going to be feeling better. Endorphins is the word my biology wife says. So anyways, so there you go. Look at this. As soon as I said endorphins, someone stopped watching. See, I told her anything learning, you guys are gone, but it's all good. As soon as I said endorphins, boom, someone left. They're like, no, that's too much for me. But it's true. It's true. You will feel better. So exercise. Or maybe they left to go look up a video about exercise. That's what they did. So exercise, guys. Now's your chance. Get a new hobby. Maybe you always wanted to learn, I don't know, a new language. Maybe you speak Spanish, English, Creole, but you always want to learn Mandarin Chinese, or you thought it'd be cool to speak Mandarin Chinese. There are YouTube videos and there are free online lessons. You could just search online, free lessons, Mandarin Chinese. You'll find stuff. Look, someone just left to go do that now. See, I'm inspiring these people. Either I'm inspiring you or boring you to death. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to educate you guys, whether you're watching this now or later, some ideas you can do to combat boredom. So we got going outside if you can, get some fresh air. We got exercise. We got learning new hobbies. Learn a new language, guys. Learn something new. I was looking on YouTube the other day just because I was probably researching something for the lesson. But and I saw like all these Bob Ross videos come up. I was like, what is going on? Why is Bob Ross trending? I don't know if you know who Bob Ross is, but he's like this famous painter guy from back in the day. And he would teach people how to oil paint. And he was very calm, very therapeutic with it. And so I think Bob Ross is trending because people are bored, just like you guys, people are bored. So people are trying to find things to do. And some people, I want to learn how to paint. I think painting's cool. I like to look at art. I'm going to learn it. And now's their chance because they're home. They can't go to work. They can't go to school. They're going to learn how to paint. So guys, think about the things you've always wanted to try and do and find the ones that you actually could probably start from home. Make a list of things you've always wanted to try or do. Maybe it was skydiving. Well, you're not going to be able to go skydiving, so cross that one out. But maybe one was learn how to speak Mandarin Chinese. Well, you could do that from home. Or learn, what else? What's a good thing to learn, guys? Learn American Sign Language or something. I don't know. But there's a lot of things you can learn. A lot of things you could do. A lot of new hobbies. Origami. I know a lot of students I've seen, quite a few students actually. I don't know what it is, but you guys lately this year, I've seen a lot more students doing cool folding papers, making boats and these star-shaped things. And I was like, this is the year for it. I don't know if there's like an origami class you guys took in middle school. But try origami. So the thing is, like, I'm not going to tell you what to try or do, really. I mean, I have suggestions. I think it's great for you to get some fresh air. I think it's great if you exercise. I think it's great if you just look at random physics videos and expand your physics knowledge. But to be honest, I want you guys to go ahead and write a list of things you've always wanted to learn or do. Maybe it's to play guitar or whatever. And then go down the list and see what things you actually could just start doing from home right now. Okay? What are things you actually could start doing from home right now? And then start doing them. Of course, that's after you finished your schoolwork, right? Or after you've set aside your time for schoolwork for the day and then you have free time. Or maybe you finished all your schoolwork. Now the rest of your week is free. Start exploring the list of things you want to do. That is my suggestion. And I don't think Brandon tuned in yet, so maybe he'll watch this later. So Brandon, if you're watching, and everyone else who watches this later, that's my suggestion to you guys, because I know it's a huge problem. That's a huge, she's moving the egg crate of seeds right now, so I was checking that out. So that's a huge problem. Right now, we're filling up our windowsill with egg cartons full of seeds. Why? Because we can. Because we have seeds laying around. We got a bag of dirt that we bought a while back. And let's just pull it out and do it. So go ahead. Explore the things you've always wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to write that book. I don't know. I know a lot of people, usually older adults that find themselves bored after they retire, like, I'm going to sit down and write that great American novel. But maybe you wanted to write. Maybe you wanted to make your own comic book. I see a lot of students this year making comics, doodling comics in their notebooks. Okay. Of course, after they took all their physics notes, of course. But I see them doodling some comics and some things like that. And so maybe you've always dreamed of being a comic book artist or a comic book writer. So now's your chance to continue to work on that dream. So use your device not as something to just entertain you and just keep you occupied in a mindless sort of way, where you just look at videos of kitty cats playing the piano and stuff like that. As entertaining as those are, use your device to expand your mind. Okay, now's the time. Thankfully, this pandemic has happened in an age where you have access to thousands, if not millions, of resources of information, where you could learn a new skill, you could learn a new hobby, and you can make yourself a better person. So although this is a challenging, trying time for you guys, you can use this time to make yourself better. So you always got to think of that. It's that old saying, is the cup half empty or half full? We could look at all the bad things about what's happening now. You can't go out. You can't go to the movies. You can't go to different places. All your favorite places you used to go and do things are closed. You have to stay home. You could think of all the bad stuff, right? You can't go to school and see your friends and your favorite teacher, Mr. Hubeny. You can think of all the bad things, but you could also think of all the good things now. You need to focus on the glass being half full. Focus on the positive. So you can still learn from home. You can still do your work. Your teachers are still giving you assignments. Your teachers are still here helping you. And you have some more time now to do some stuff you've always wanted to do. Don't waste it playing 17 hours of Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto in a row. As entertaining as video games are, and it's fine to entertain yourself, but get that balance to your life. So do stuff where, as Jose said, you go outside. You go outside and do something. Get some fresh air. Make that part of your day. Make exercise part of your day. Your schoolwork obviously should be part of your day. Read a book you've never read before. Hopefully you already read your ELA book, but maybe there's a book you heard about or thought about reading, but you're like, I'm not sure. Now you have the time. Read something. Learn something new. The positive of this is you have an opportunity now to do something like that. Okay, so think of the positive. Think of the positive, and to combat the boredom, make that list of things you always wanted to learn or try, and go through the list. Like, just try to brainstorm. Come up with like 10 ideas. Just anything you've ever thought of, wanted to learn or try. Write them all down. Have at least 10 ideas. That way, after you have your 10 ideas on your list, you can go through the list, and you can pick the ones that you think you can actually do now from home using the resources you have. Okay, because it gets a little tricky about going out now and being able to get things. Stores are closed and things like that. But there's got to be a couple things on that list of 10 ideas you've brainstormed you can do. So that is my check-in, my live stream for the day, guys. I want to answer Brandon's question on boredom. I hope Brandon tunes in later. I hope a lot more people tune in later. We had a few people in here active, so thank you. Thank you, my friends, for being here. And next week, remember your assignments are due today for this week. And next week, one of the assignments, I'm putting out a survey question, guys, to let me know, is this time good for the live stream? Should it be earlier or later? So look for that question. It's going to be posed Sunday night with all your assignments today. And you know, spring is coming around the corner. So, so that's it for today, guys. So I hope I gave you some things to do, something to think about. Those of you already done with your assignments, start making that list. Start brainstorming 10 things you could do. And guys, I apologize that if you're putting things on the chat right now, guys, my chat is down for some reason. So that's why I haven't been able to respond to some of your chats. I'm not sure why. It says my chat is down. It says it's not working. So my apologies there. But what you can do, guys, if you want, I think it'd be pretty cool. Those of you who have the time, who finish your assignments, you come up with a list of 10 things. Pick a few things that you're going to try. And why don't you leave a comment on this video when I post it on YouTube later? Leave a comment of something you're going to try. I think that'd be pretty cool. So you could inspire others and share with others that you're taking this advice. You're not going to be bored during this time, but you're going to use this time productively to better yourself and not just sit and stare at a screen mindlessly, but you're going to better yourself. You're going to learn something new. You're going to do something you've always wanted to try and do. Of course, from home in a safe way, because we do have to follow the guidelines that they're putting out there to keep us safe. So I hope you're all healthy and safe, guys. As always, questions or comments or anything you need, please reach out to me either in my Google Classroom or by email or text. And do leave a comment on this video if you have come up with something you're going to try and take this advice. I would appreciate that. It'd be pretty cool. And hopefully you guys share this with other classmates so they can get out of the boredom cycle. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be checking in. Look out for Sunday, release Sunday, 5 p.m., all your assignments. And have a good weekend. I'll try to check in over the weekend. Maybe we'll check in again over the weekend just to see how everyone's doing. All right, guys. Appreciate that. Keep it real. Talk to you guys soon.